Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first ever CSO Talks podcast. I am here with my co-host Brody, and our special guest today, we would like for her to introduce herself.
Hi, I'm Eden. I'm from Garces Memorial High School and I play water polo. Thank you for having me, Stephen.
No problem. My first question is, what got you to play water polo?
Ever since I was really young, I've been doing swim. My mom didn't really learn how to swim when she was a child, so she thought it was really important for me to be able to swim. And I kind of just fell in love with the water, and I really enjoyed um, during the summer times, like swimming with my friends recreationally, and we just had a great time. But then I started doing club swim, and at that point, I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I did like just doing it for fun in the summers. And so I was about to stop doing it until one of my parents' friends asked me if I wanted to play water polo. And ever since then, I just fell in love with the sport, and I love the physicality of it and just being able to play with the team. I really like that team aspect of water polo rather than doing like an individual sport, kind of like swim. But I think swim is a great outlet for water polo and great conditioning. So I still do it today.
No, yeah, for sure. Do you mind a little bit expanding on what you mean by a great team dynamic with your team?
Yeah, so um I think I my first thought would be going to my high school team. So um I really like being able to be part of this like team aspect of a sport where you connect on two different levels, like being in the pool with them and being able to know their tendencies, be able to connect with them and be competitive at practices, but then outside of the water, being able to be like best friends. I think I've made some of my best friends from playing water polo, and I think I've been able to also reel in some of my really good friends to be part of Garces water polo, which I think is so cool. I don't think that like any individual sport can compete with that aspect and being able to be with friends and share like the sport you love.
Were there any other high schools that like reached out to you saying they want to play water polo for you, or was it just strictly Garces?
I'd say that it was I didn't really know if I was going to play water polo in high school actually. I was playing club volleyball and also club water polo, but I really was on the cusp of going to Frontier or Garces. But if I went to Frontier, I would be playing volleyball. And then if I went to Garces, I would be playing water polo. Um, but I got a thyroid issue that I still have today, but there's no struggle with it. But I would overheat in the gym. So I really focused on water polo, and Garces was pretty much the only option of water polo for me. And also, my dad is an alum there. So it made things pretty easy. And the option was right there. And I was like, okay, I'm going to pursue Garces. And I think I made the right choice. So I really love it there. And I'm so grateful for my coaches, my teammates, my friends, and then also my teachers. They are so supportive of all of my endeavors.
Congratulations on your commit to Cal. What
Thank
made you
you.
choose Cal over all the other offers you had basically across the country?
Well, Cal is an amazing program, but also there's a ton of programs for water polo. I mean, I tell my friends this like there's a program for everybody and at every level. But I went through the whole process. I went on a number of official visits just to make sure that I enjoyed each aspect of the school. I was able to talk to so many coaches and make so many relationships, which is so special in that recruiting process. Um, my official visits included Stanford and USC and also Cal. But the biggest thing that I'd say that made Cal so special was the connections that I had with the team, but also the coaches. they were so personable, and they made my experience on my official visit, but also afterwards, just surreal. And I'm just so stoked to be able to be part of that bear community. And I mean, Cal has, it's a great school, but it also has everything that I want academically, and it's a competitive program. But I'd say that it was the people and the coaches that really drew me to that school.
Yeah, for sure. Those are some great reasons. But also, was a thought of being a little bit close to home, was that ever in your mind as well?
I mean, yes, I think that I really love the thought of being close to home, but at the same time, I think that like being independent and having personal growth is such a big deal, like especially having that college aspect of, okay, I'm not going to be able to like go home every single day. I think that's like so important to me, and being able to find or being able to go through this journey of college and being able to find myself and be my own person and have this independent way of life is so important. And I think that's why I chose to like be able to um, still be in California. I mean, it's only a drive away, but um, be able to be independent and stay in the dorms and stay like a little bit away from home.
How's it feel to play with teammates like Lucia Ender, who's also going to Cal, and as well as Julian Snyder, who's I think she's won a championship down for water polo. How's it feel to play with a couple of those players?
I mean, I am so grateful just to have the opportunity to go to a school like Cal. I mean, there's not many people in our situations and get those opportunities. So I'd say, first of all, I'm super grateful, but also um, I'm so excited for the future. I mean, Lucia is one of my best friends, and being able to have another like 3 years with her is so surreal. And I'm excited, same with Julianne, like being able to have her as a role model. I remember as a little kid, I would watch her play high school and I'm like, oh my gosh, she's incredible. I want to be like her one day. So being able to fulfill that dream of going to Cal and being able to represent the Bears is so amazing. But I'm so excited to play with Lucia. I think that she's a wonderful player, but also more importantly, a wonderful person. So I'm excited to see what Cal does, and I'm excited to be able to be teammates with her for another 4 years. So, yeah.
For sure. Now, as you as a player, I know a lot of other players also struggle with it, but is there a certain mentality or a way to keep your mind focused on the game that you strive for in every game?
Yeah, so I mean, water polo is such a physical sport, but it could be mentally draining. I think one thing that I always like that comes to mind when I'm playing is what's my next job? So you can't really, the game is so fast, you can't really reflect on what happened a play ago because you have another job. You're either on offense, and for example, if you miss a shot, you have to be ready to play defense, or then you're going to make another mistake. So I think the biggest thing to be focused in water polo is being able to know what your next job is and how you could support your teammates through that job. So it's like, how can I make up my first mistake into that next play? So I think that's what really comes to mind when I'm playing water polo. And I think that it's a great thing for life too. Like you can't dwell on the past. You just have to look towards the future. So that's something that comes to mind.
You've been able to travel all over the world for water polo. Is there a best experience that you had traveling?
Ooh, that's hard. That's a great question, Stephen. Um, I think that, well, my most memorable travel, I'd say, was um, my trip to Hungary and the Netherlands that I just came back from with the senior team. So I got to live with past Olympians and future Olympians for pretty much a month. So I got to learn from the best, train with the best, and then compete with the best. And I think it was truly an incredible experience because I also got the honor to be coached by Coach Adam Kikorian, which he's been the Olympic head coach for 16 years now. So I think it was an incredible experience, but it also gave me an opportunity to grow as an individual player, but also as a person, being away from home for that period of time. So I think that was my best or my favorite experience so far. And I also got to celebrate my 17th birthday with my teammates. So it was really cool.
You got anything, Brody?
I mean, just a little bit about that senior team. For people that don't know, what is that senior team made up of?
So the senior team is the team that will probably go to the Olympics. So the senior team is the Olympic team, but throughout the senior team, there's like probably 30 girls on that team. They will make a roster to go to the 2028 Olympics. So we will all train together, and then we are all competing for a spot to make consistent rosters. So I made a roster to go to the Netherlands and Hungary, and I went and competed over there. But that is just one roster. The rosters can always change. So even though we're teammates, there's always competition, and it's a very competitive environment, but it's playing with the best players in the world in the NCAAs. And then I got the opportunity to play with the best. So it was amazing.
Let's talk about high school season, especially with losing last year's section final to Morro Bay. How much of it was a rebound for the team this year to be like, we're not going to lose this year?
Yeah, so we had such a big chip on our shoulders. Like, I think the thing that really drove us was that loss, and being able to reflect on that year and being like, what did we do wrong and what can we do better to bounce back and absolutely leave no doubt that we're the best in the section for Division 2. So I think that was one of our biggest aspects, and we had to go back to the drawing board. Like, we started from scratch. We really reflected on that moment, and I think the biggest thing was being able to be a team, and having that deeper connection really helped us get to that CIF final and being able to dominate. And I think our biggest emphasis was playing as a team, cheering for each other as a team, and doing the little things right. I think reflecting on that past game when we lost to Morro Bay, it was brutal, and we just didn't capitalize on our opportunities. We weren't able to do so many things, and we didn't do the little things right. So being able to come back the next year, having that chip on our shoulder, and hungry to not only win CIF but to go very far in state, that was one of our goals. And I'm so proud of my team and I'm so proud of our accomplishment of coming back and dominating at that CIF sectional game. So we're excited, we're hungry, we're still hungry, and we're gonna keep going and hopefully get back to that final game next year.
He might be a little bit frozen, but so a little bit about you guys going to the drawing board. Is there something in particular that was really emphasized on?
From a game standpoint, I think we really focused on defense. I mean, defense is the key to winning championships, and we really didn't have any defensive. Like, Morro Bay was an offensive powerhouse, and we weren't able to stop anything that they were doing in that game. So we really reflected on that, and I think our biggest thing was being able to be a defensive powerhouse. So we really looked at our defenders. We worked on our goalie techniques. We did all the things to try and make sure that we will be successful on defense. And we really thought about almost having like, how can we get more shot blocks? How can we get more steals? Because steals and shot blocks, I think, are just as important as goals. So I think Coach Spencer Kerwin did an excellent job on defense.
Thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and we'll catch you in the next episode. Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you.